Hey guys, so today I'm making a mincemeat cheese bowl. So what I've done here is I've cooked 500 grams of lamb leg minced, okay, and I put a teaspoon of each spice that I have, my Indian spices. So a teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of turmeric, and a teaspoon of paprika. I've also put a teaspoon of ground onions, so onion powder, and a teaspoon of ground ginger. Okay, so then I let that cook and cook it nice and dry. If you look at my previous video on my minced lamb, you'll see the initial steps there, but I will also put it in the description box below. And then in that, I then put 1.5 medium-sized onions chopped finely, and some coriander. And then I also put cheddar cheese. So I put about half a block of cheddar cheese. I grated it and popped it in there. Now, the whole point of this minced meat is that you flavor it how you really want to. It should be dry, but flavor it however you normally would flavor minced meat if you were to make anything at home, a pasta or kebabs or anything of that sort. And then just add cheese in it. Okay, otherwise you can follow my recipe below. Okay, so this is that. This is the mincemeat that I have prepared, and then here I have mozzarella cheese. I've cut into tiny cubes. It's going to be the center bit of the bowl, and then I have my potatoes, which I'm going to combine now with my meat. So I'm going to get that done, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I'm gonna mix in my potatoes. Here what I did is I boiled about 7 to 8 medium-sized potatoes. I peeled them and I asked my husband to mash it for me. And I'm not using all the potatoes just because sometimes you can't tell, but I put a good portion of it in there. And now I'm gonna mix it with my hands. Okay, and then what you do is just give it a really good massage, mix it all in. Be sure to season your potatoes too. Can't forget that bit. So when I say season, just add salt and, you know, any other flavoring. Some people spice it too, so you can add some spices into your potatoes. I'm happy to just add salt in my potatoes for today, just because I know that my meat is very nicely seasoned. If you feel that, you know, I haven't explained how I made the meat, then just comment below or send me a message and I can walk you through it. But I will add the instructions in my description box for everyone to follow. Okay, so this is it, all mixed up nice. All the ground meat, all the minced meat, lamb is all nicely combined. Smells amazing. This is honestly like one of my favorite recipes. It's the best recipe. If you're having guests over, you want to have a starter, sports show. Kids love it, adults love it, and it works so well. Okay, so here we are. So that's it, that's done. So now that it's combined, what we're gonna do is we are going to now create the balls. So I'll show you in my next step. I'm just gonna grab another glove. Okay, now we're ready to form our balls. What you're gonna do is take some of this.
Carrot cake?
I'll make you some carrot cake. Okay, and then what you do is you pat it in your palm, and then you take one of these cubes, one mozzarella cube, and it goes and you create your little meatball, okay? And we're just gonna nice and tight, so it's a lovely little ball, and that's it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna finish it off and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the next step is to heat the oil. So here I'm heating the oil and it's just about ready, and you can see the temperature there. It's about 310 degrees Fahrenheit, or it is almost 160 degrees Celsius, okay? Alternatively, what I do is, I'm gonna take this out, just one second guys. Alternatively, what you could do is you just stick in a wooden spoon or a spatula like this, and if you see it sizzle or bubble, then you know it's ready. Okay, the oil. That's generally what I do, but I put a temperature there just for some of the, just to be more specific when giving instructions. So now what I've done is I formed the balls, okay, and I have my flour. This is just a normal chapati flour that I use. I like to have, you know, purpose use for all my things. And I have whisked 2 eggs, and make sure you whisk it so it's nice and watery. And now we're just gonna quickly fry, and in it goes into the colander. Keep everything ready before you start frying is my best tip. You don't want to be faffing around hot oil, just because I'm always quite wary whenever we're around oil, and I think you should too. That's my advice to you. Just always be careful. So I'm going to put my gloves on, and I will show you frying these balls and how we're going to batter them, fry them, pop them in there, and then what they finally look like. Okay, so this is my ball, which I've reformed, and then we're going to flour it. So rotate it in the flour. Okay, all the way, nicely coat every single bit of the ball, and then you're going to egg it, and you're going to flour it again. Okay, use gloves, it'll make life easier. Flour it very, very well, and in it goes. Okay, we're gonna cook it until it's a nice brown, golden brown. And that's it. Because all the ingredients are generally cooked, it's just once you get that crust, you're ready to go. And that is your bowl. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish frying off, guys, and I will show you what it looks like inside. Alright guys, so this is the final ball, the meatball, cheesy meatball that I've made. It's essentially a meatball, but it's a lot more flavor inside. And you just cut it in half. And you can see all the loveliness that is inside. With the cheese and the coriander and the potatoes and the beef, sorry, lamb, just lovely. So good. With the melted cheese inside, you can see it right there. Hope you guys are going to give this a go and let me know your thoughts, okay guys? Take care, be safe, bye!